Hey, hi guys. I'm back with another video on central finance. We'll talk about the central payment functionality today. So central payment functionality is basically the latest one which has been introduced. It was part of 1709 release as just a pilot, but in 1809 it comes as a full-fledged functionality where you can implement central payments payment, and it simplifies your a lot of things in terms of AR and AP. We'll talk about those things in few slides. So don't forget to, and I'm working on the full video series of central finance, so don't forget to subscribe the channel. All the videos will be posted here. So before we jump to central finance, just for the recap, those people who haven't seen another videos, please go and watch other videos in central finance. But just a recap, the central finance is basically a data replication mechanism or an easy way to transform your business into S/4HANA, and where you can simply replicate the accounting data from source system, which can be SAP or non-SAP, into S/4HANA system. It's a no disruption approach towards S/4HANA transformation. And SLT is one of the key element of this entire infrastructure, where SLT is responsible for transforming data from non-SAP systems or SAP systems to S/4HANA. So we'll see central payments, what it is all about. So central payment is basically the feature the vendors and customers open item and invoices replicated from source systems can be paid and cleared centrally in S/4HANA system. So what happens is you post an invoice in ECC, for example, a vendor invoice or a customer invoice. Now that's supposed to be replicated to S/4HANA system as an accounting document replicates. Now the question comes, how you are going to make the payment. Are you going to make the payment in ECC or are you going to make the payment in S4 system? So with central payment, what you can do is the moment you post an invoice in ECC, it gets technically cleared. So that's what it says. The open items are technically cleared in the source system, and immediately once they are replicated to CFIN. So the moment they are replicated, they get immediately technically cleared. I'll show you how that looks like. So that, and it gets opened in S/4HANA system, which ensures that you do not make any duplicate payment in case you run payment program for both the systems, as source and as target. You don't make a duplicate payment. The invoice is cleared in one system, and it will open for payment only in one system. So that's how it looks like. So if you see this, ALE extern, the clearing document is passed. There is a field which gets updated immediately after the replication. So you will see that. So now this is cleared. You cannot run the payment program on this particular invoice in ECC. So since it means that if it is ALE extern, it means the document is replicated as open item in S4 system, and in source it is technically cleared. So when it says technically cleared, it is cleared, but not by the normal process of applying the sending the payment and matching this, just somehow in a technical way. So that's why it says technically cleared. So in clearing document field, you will see ALE extern. However, in normal way, you will see the clearing document number in this particular field. So how to activate this? So central payment function is activated by company code. So it is up to you as a customer where you want to activate the central payment. You might have 100 company codes. You just want to activate central payment for 60. You don't want to do that for remaining 40. It's altogether a design decision, but we have to ensure that we cover some aspects to ensure that facilitates the design, that before you take a decision, what are the implications and complications of this particular decision. So the moment you activate central payment for particular company code, certain period and closing transactions like foreign currency valuation for central payment activated company code needs to be done in both the systems. So you need to run foreign currency valuation in both the systems. Full balance sheet and P&L are only available in central finance system because all your payment operation is in central finance system, and all VAT and tax reporting included deferred tax can only be done from CFIN system. However, for tax purposes, which is absolutely a legal and a compliant thing, there are some limitations. So you need to consider this note, 2509047. To understand what limitations are there, and you need to work with your tax team, with your design team, to ensure that you cope up with the limitations before you finally say we are good to go with the design. For those company codes that are activated for central payment, the invoices are posted in source or technically cleared. We just talk about those. and the payment will happen from source target system, which is Central Finance. What benefit does it provide is for company code that are okay, we'll talk about the benefit. For company code that are not activated for central payment, the invoices are posted in source system and stay open and are paid from the source system itself. So if you have two company codes, you have one central payment activated, another is not. So for the one which is central payment activated, the process will work. For another, you need to make a payment from the source company code. And the invoice and payment and clearing documents are replicated to central finance system for reporting purposes. However, when such invoices which are being supposed to be paid in source system are ruled out of the payment from target system, and they are cleared in target system by default, in that same way, like technically cleared. So you have a choice. You need to make a cautious call when you design why you need central payment. So you have to ask these questions. What is your environment? Is it a shared service, or you want to simplify process, or you want to have how many source systems you have, what process you want to look for, what is your banking integrations, how does it look like. So you need to consider all the decisions before you take the decision on what company code should be activated for central finance, what company code should not be. So that's how it looks like. You have to activate through BC set. This node will come in the menu path, central payment activation, and then you enable the switch. You add the company codes here. Each company code can be added, and then you can activate the central finance. And then there is a reconciliation tool, or it's an automatic reconciliation system which covers source company code and target company code, and ensure that both system configuration looks good and there is no mismatch. Otherwise, you will be in a big trouble where you have invoices open in both the systems and you are paying somehow. So it ensures there is sufficient due diligence done here to ensure that you are not doing anything wrong. The key benefit of central payments comes basically with enterprise which are distributed landscape can centralize the payment, receivables and payable monitoring process to leverage benefit of shared service, especially in shared service where you have several systems, several resources working on payment, different modes of payment, different types of payment, different frequency of payment. In that case, you can simplify your payment processes. You have several systems, run the payment from one system. Additionally, it also simplifies your bank communication management, because in your real scenario, you can connect your bank to 10 different systems, but in this, you can just connect your bank to the S4HANA system. In-house cash functionality would be simplified, and then central payment can integrate with these functions to improve your working capital management, because you might have your transactions running in several systems, but since payment in and out is just done from one system, so you have a real working capital picture, a dashboard available in one system itself. So it improves. You have more analytics available to take a decision, to take a call, what to do, when to do. So that's why central payment functionality is very beneficial, mostly for the shared service environment, but especially I would personally recommend to have central payment in any case, when you go for central finance. So I think it makes sense, especially from your integration and your long-term investment perspective, because if you integrate your bank with 10 systems, you have to work in different ways. For all future projects will be impacted, but if you concentrate on making bank integration with one system, then it is simplified. You can simplify your bank integration relationship with banks. Payments can be channelized, improve. You can enhance your functionalities further and cope up with any legal changes coming in, like SEPA or any other changes which come from time to time. And any changes which bank is doing at their end can also be taken care of, because you just have one system to work for. So a lot of things can be simplified with this central payments. However, there are key points to consider. Since there is no sales and purchase order information passed to central finance system, the down payment request with reference to sales order and purchase order cannot be posted. But in 1809, there is a new functionality added for down payment. We'll talk about in another session about the down payment functionality. So we need to think about that. And central payment documents are not replicated back. So you have an invoice technically cleared in ECC and you have a payment released from S4. That information doesn't come back to S4. So actual clearing status of open item is not available in source for any customer or vendor. So anything you post in ECC is simply like technically cleared. You don't have any real DS or DPO available. So for that, you need to rely on your S4HANA report. So that's why it simplifies your vendor and customer line item reporting as well. Any questions? Feel free to drop me an email. There is an email ID given, mail@rnitangupta.com, and I have a channel here, YouTube channel, Nitin Gupta SAP. Feel free to subscribe it. Press the bell icon, and any questions you have, post your comments in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer those. And I'll come back with another video. So subscribe and stay tuned with the Central Finance and other latest things coming in S4HANA space. Thank you.